Jan Dolsky, a simple builder going through a rough patch, signed up for a space mining mission with a global corporation called Ally Corp. The goal? Find rupidium, a substance that could speed up the growth of life. After the landing, Jan found out his whole crew had died. Luckily, he managed to make contact with Earth, and he found rupidium. With the use of this extraordinary resource and Ally Corp's quantum computer, Jan Dolsky created alters. Versions of him who made alternate life choices. Together, they managed to move the mobile base and escape the deadly sun, which burned the surface of the planet in recurring cycles. They quarreled and bonded, learning to appreciate the similarities as well as navigate the fundamental differences between them. But as a rescue mission from Earth took off, the alters grew apprehensive about their fate. Officially, their existence was illegal. The tension mounted, and a group of rebels decided to depart from the base and build their own bunker. Jan went to great lengths to convince them to come back, promising to protect them from the corporation. And so the team reunited for a last task: prepare a safe passage for Ally Corp's rescue ship. All this time, one of the alters, the productivity-oriented, pragmatic scientist, seemed preoccupied with something else. While exploring the planet, he discovered an oasis full of life, hidden on the outskirts of the barren landscape. Just before the rescue operation, the scientist approached Jan with a peculiar request. He wanted to stay on the planet. With a heavy heart, Jan agreed to let him pursue his destiny. As the rescue ship landed, Dolsky smuggled his alters on board in a fake rupidium ark. He decided to sedate the rescue team and hijack the corporation's vessel, steering it into an uncertain future on Earth.
How did I end up here? Wrong question. I began here. Right here on this planet. Was it hard to be born as someone else's alter? Not for me. A scientist must never deny reality, however uncomfortable. So, why did I stay behind when the others left? Because something I found here disturbed my mental clarity. The oasis. Teeming with life in the middle of a barren, uninhabitable planet. How does it survive? What undiscovered laws of nature protect it from the lethal sunrise? I sensed that solving this mystery could open up a whole new chapter in the history of science. Thus, I made it my life's work. So, if you are reading this, frankly, I don't care. One thing I've learned is that recognition is overrated. Knowledge is the ultimate pursuit. Well, now the only thing left to do is go to sleep and wait for a new cycle to begin. And with it, answers. Oh my, that was a long sleep. I don't think I've slept that hard in... Oh. Hello?
Hello?
Who are you, and what did I miss?
Nothing. You missed nothing, boy. You have just been born. Everything you remember is only in your head. But I expect it's nothing you can't handle.
Oh, well, of course, don't worry. I have the intellectual tools to deal with it. Nevertheless, it is a surprising turn of events. I simply never thought I'd go through all this again. But, I'm not going through it again, am I? This is my first time. Yes, I am beginning to understand it now. You're the person whose memories I have in my head, and now that you're too old to go on, you created me. It's what I would do. Relax, you can trust me. I'm just like you. No need to protect me from the hard truth.
What did you just say?
Never mind, just tell me what you found out. I'll pick up from there.
You? No. No, I don't think I can do this. But I have to. Oh no. Time is so scarce.
You're not making any sense. I have to say, I expected more.
The quantum?
Yes, I know the quantum computer created me. Oh, hang on. We actually have a quantum computer? Well, now you're talking.
The comms room.
Really? There's a comms room, too. Does this mean you have contact with Earth? Are you serious? Is that all you have for me? I need answers now.
Talk to him. But please.
Yes? What?
Be better.
You have got to be kidding me. He said, talk to him. Him. I wonder who he was talking about. It might be sensible to examine my circumstances thoroughly. Where should I start? Unbelievable. The fundamental module in the base is malfunctioning. We are talking, which means that I am dead and everything went as planned. My name is Jan, and I am an accumulated artificial model of your predecessor's mind, a so-called AAM-OIPM. But you can call me Janbot. Oh, clever. Thank you. Before we start the briefing, let's establish an adequate working relationship. I will be your source of information and virtual assistant. Your role will be to pick up your predecessor's research where it left off. Please confirm your willingness to accept this arrangement. And what happens if I don't? Oh, the curious scientific mind on top form, I see. Frankly, it doesn't matter. It was just a rhetorical icebreaker. No need to answer it. Let's move on to the briefing without further ado. Your precursor, whose mind records served to train my neural system, paved the way for you with some groundbreaking research. One of the fundamental findings was that he managed to calculate the parameters of the planet's cycle. He. You do remember you're nothing more than an artificial model based on the person who made these calculations. That's very amusing coming from a copy of his DNA. I wouldn't go down that path if I were you. I wouldn't be so sure if I were you, because I am you, in a way, right? Anyway, let's get back to the calculation, shall we? Two phases of the cycle can be distinguished. A cold phase, when humans can be active on the planet, and a hot phase, when the surface is too hot for anything to survive. The hot phase, when activity above the ground is impossible, lasts for the equivalent of 13 Earth years. 13 years of waiting? Yes. Every hot cycle needs to be spent underground. Supplies have to be secured for that time, energy to power the base. Now you understand how little time he had to devote to the oasis itself. Every time a discovery was on the horizon, the sun came and destroyed everything. And after every hot cycle, he emerged onto the surface older, weaker, body and mind deteriorating from radiation exposure. That's when he realized it was time to turn to the most risky scenario. Create a successor. And here I am. Very perceptive. Do you have any questions regarding your position? Remind me how things work on this planet? As you might remember from your quantum simulated memories, this planet is not easy to explore. Unpredictable topography, nighttime radiation, hostile anomalies, all of which require specialist equipment and energy. Those, in turn, depend upon securing resources, which are scarce and oftentimes difficult to access. Right, I know that. Then there's the sun, the deadly one. Every cycle, when the proximity between planet and star reaches a critical value, everything on the surface turns to ash. Does my answer satisfy your curiosity, or would you like to know more? How did you build a quantum computer all on your own? The quantum computer in your base is built from parts and materials salvaged at different stages of his sojourn on this planet. They have been meticulously handpicked and modified by our ingenious mind in a decade-long process to arrive with the adequate hardware. This makeshift yet sophisticated structure could then serve as a chassis for the corporate software retrieved from the tour vehicle left behind by the Dolly mission, thus creating an operational quantum computer. Ally Corp software. Interesting. I'm pleased you found my answer satisfactory. Would you like to conclude the briefing, or do you have any more questions? I'm ready to get to work. Excellent. Let's start with protecting you from the mistakes of your predecessor. He managed to create blueprints for a cryosleep chamber for your base. Build it, and you will be able to extend your stay on this planet by a significant, if not infinite, amount of time. Did you say infinite? Yes, but please remember I can make mistakes. Huh. Wait, why didn't he build a cryosleep chamber for himself? He could have avoided aging and wouldn't have to create me whatsoever. Sometimes the right answers only come to us after a fair share of... At the time, it seemed to me, that going to sleep for 13 years would be a waste of time and energy which could be devoted to underground research and learning. By the time he realized we might not make it, it was too late. Researching the cryosleep chamber so that it was adapted to the conditions of an underground base was, in itself, challenging and time-consuming. So when it was ready,
He was so old that there was no point in hibernating such a frail and unreliable body. Right? Let's just get on with it. Good. Take a look around the base, go outside, and locate the necessary resources. Once you've got your bearings, get to work on that cryosleep chamber so we can plan your next steps.
Than I remember. I wonder what happened to it, or to my memories. Whatever this means, I should prioritize securing fundamental resources. Geyser. How interesting. That's what it feels like to destroy an anomaly. I wonder if Jan held any records I could break. So much work needs to be done. I'd be much more efficient if there were more of me.
Either I have a skilled builder in me or setting up infrastructure is not so hard.
I see we have a source of nutrition provided. Good. Huh. The QC looks different than I remember. Oh, strange. It seems I don't have access. Hey, Yanbot. What can I do for you today? It's about the QC. It's blocked. Do you have access to it? Ah, I see. So you decided to do it. Alter yourself. Are you sure this is a good idea? I'm still debating it. I can understand why. Altering could cause unwanted complications. You have memories of what happened during the Dolly mission. Tension between conflicting characters in the group. Emotions getting in the way of rational decision-making. Accidents, injuries, including self-inflicted ones. Episodes of paranoia. Incidents of base demolition. All this could cause more damage than good. Unforgettable memories indeed, even if they're not exactly mine. Yes, which makes me think that revisiting all those facts... One element in the equation has changed. The core awareness person in charge. Yes, this could be your chance. Wait, you're trying to say I can do it differently? Correct. Adopt a discrepant approach. I am analyzing incongruencies as we speak. Jan the Builder wasn't a skilled professional in anything. You, Jan the Scientist, on the other hand, possess extensive knowledge in many fields. Does that inspire any paths of reasoning for you? I don't exactly know everything, but I'm close. Yes, I think I've got it. I just need you to unlock the QC for me and I'll know what to do. Please remember that I am only a linguistic model. I am unable to unlock access to anything. So, what now? You will need to reprogram the QC to set up a new branching procedure. The downside is that it will be time-consuming. The upside, that you can adjust the procedure to your individual needs. Creating branching points as close to the original me as possible. No petty differences of character, complete mutual understanding, harmonious cooperation, and a lack of any emotional nonsense whatsoever. It looks like we might have a potential direction. Do you think you're more ready to make an informed decision about altering than before? What about the Rapidium-induced illness? I have memories of having to find a cure to keep us alive. If I create my alters, won't they be affected too? Am I not affected? A very rational inquiry. You must know that your predecessor prepared meticulously for your creation. That's why it took me, him, so much time. One of the core elements of this undertaking was preventing the illness. Based on his experience from the Dolly mission, he have devised a chemical compound which could be injected into your body right at the moment of initiating the DNA replication process. The mechanism has been incorporated into the womb module so that the compound is distributed automatically. In other words, your longevity, as well as the longevity of any potential alter you might create, is estimated as comparable to that of a human being born on Earth. Does that clear your doubts? Yes, I'll take it from here. I must say this has been a very satisfactory conversation, judging by the amount of energy I have consumed.
predecessor's whiteboard. I should take a look at it. Right. Let's see what the old man managed to find out. The theory of continuity, our original concept about the Oasis being reborn. But he wrote that it's wrong. The Oasis is not reborn, but never gets destroyed.
Hey, Yonbot. Ah, you again. How may I help?
I took a look around, and I have some questions.
Ask away.
I discovered my precursor's whiteboard. The theory of continuity, why did he abandon it?
The theory of continuity was abandoned because it was wrong. As you might remember from your duplicated memories, the core assumption was that the Oasis dies with every cycle, and is then reborn in a more advanced state of evolution. As it turned out, this assumption was made without any empirical data, and it was false. How extremely sloppy of me, him.
Hey, don't be so harsh on us. It felt like the perfect explanation at the time. At least that's how I remember it.
Believe me, this is not a harsh reaction. You should have been there when he, found out how wrong we were.
What did you find out eventually?
The Oasis isn't reborn with every cycle. It doesn't need to be, because it never gets destroyed.
What? But the sun...
The sun doesn't burn it. Something is protecting it.
Wait, are you telling me a part of the planet is capable of resisting the immense thermal radiation of the rising sun? How is that scientifically possible?
It's mind-blowing, but apparently it has to be. And that is the mystery you have been created to solve. Your life's purpose, if you will.
Why does the planet look different than I remember? Did you move the bunker, or is my mind playing tricks on me?
Insightful observation. Don't worry, your senses are not deceiving you. The bunker is exactly where it was. However, everything else isn't. Shortly after the rescue ship departed, the planet underwent a significant cataclysm.
You mean an earthquake?
More like a gravitational rearrangement of tectonic plates, to be precise. It most certainly had something to do with the destruction of the Prism Barrier by your predecessor's team.
Huh. How interesting. So, through all these years, did no vessel arrive from Earth again?
No, and no one has made contact.
Don't you find it strange? After finding out there's so much rupidium here, you'd expect the corporation to send another mining mission.
Who knows what's going on back there? What the long-term repercussions of bringing rupidium to Earth were.
It seems my predecessor didn't get very far with his research. How do you recommend I go about the next steps?
Asking me for a recommendation is a good idea. Here's what I suggest. Clap your hands, turn around 3 times, and touch your ear with your elbow.
Excuse me?
My apologies. I should have warned you about my condition.
Your condition?
Yes. You must know that I have been trained on samples from various stages of my prototype's life. Sometimes my algorithms make accidental use of linguistic patterns from the absurdist phase.
The absurdist phase.
It's a long story. Would you like to hear it?
Tell me.
At some point in life on this planet, he experimented with cognitive enhancers, improving focus and mental capacity.
Nootropics. Really?
They turned out to have some unforeseen side effects.
Let me guess. Talking nonsense?
Pure nonsense. It was a thought-provoking experiment. However, I don't recommend recreating it.
I think I've heard enough.
Good. Back to the main topic then. Your further steps. Now that you know the theory of continuity is wrong, you will need a new direction for the research. The first task would be to formulate a solid hypothesis. Next, you should collect any significant data that could help validate, falsify the hypothesis, and perform adequate statistical tests.
Sounds like advice I could give myself.
Indeed. Thank you. The whiteboard will help you collect your thoughts and findings. Your predecessor found it a very useful tool. Now that you know where he left off, you can clear it and kick off your own process.
Fine. If that's all you have for me, back to the whiteboard then. The best way to do something properly is to rebuild it from the foundation.
Hello there. Easy now, no need to rush it. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, surprising, but hey, also exciting. Tell me there's more of us. Have we maybe evolved somehow, like the Oasis does? Do we have X-ray vision? New toys? A Rapidium-fueled buggy? No, wait. I know. Jetpacks. Please, tell me we have jetpacks. Are you all right? You're making me think the distributor might have given you the wrong meds. The meds? True. Yeah. I was wondering why I felt so lethargic. This is you being lethargic? Don't worry, I'll be back to normal in no time. Man, I can't wait to get my hands on your mission logs. Actually, I prefer to call it project documentation. Just to make sure, what is your field of study? I'm a geologist. Why was the mineral always happy? Because it found its niche. Get it? We cannot possibly be the same person. What if the QC made a miscalculation? So what if it did? I think it's awesome how different we are. Imagine the creative energy we can generate. Right. You know what? Let's give you time to adapt and come back to this conversation later. The sooner the better.
I'm here. Enough samples. I should head back and take a closer look at them.